Hey everyone, thank you for tuning in and a warm welcome to those who are new to the channel. Today we're taking a dive into the Samsung Flip 5. It's been about a month since I got my hands on it and there's plenty to discuss. But before we get started, hitting that like button and subscribing to the channel really goes a long way. Your support fuels these reviews and insights and I appreciate every bit of support. Alright, now let's flip the script to the Flip 5. Samsung innovation shines brightly with the latest release. However, for those still rocking the Flip 4, you might ponder if it's worth the switch. In an era where similar gadgets flood the market, the Flip 5 undeniably shines. But is it the groundbreaking device of the year? Straight out of the box, the first thing that genuinely grabbed my attention was the hinge on the Flip 5. It's surprisingly smooth. You don't fully appreciate the engineering behind it until you feel it for yourself. The motion is fluid, and there's a gentle yet firm snap as you close and open the device. It's evident that Samsung put significant effort into getting this right. But the real game changer this year is the hinge gap. Or should I say, the lack thereof. Gone are the days where you'd see that tiny space that was honestly a magnet for every speck of dust and debris from our pockets. And not only does the new design give the phone a cleaner, more refined look, but it also serves a functional purpose. By eliminating that gap, Samsung has taken a proactive approach to reduce the risk of unwanted particles sneaking into the hinge, which can potentially compromise its smooth operation over time. So, not only does the Flip 5 present itself with an aesthetically pleasing design, but the functionality has been amped up too. It's these seemingly minor details that truly elevate the user experience, and it's clear Samsung's been paying attention. Speaking of which, a prime example is the upgraded front display. Undoubtedly, one of the most commendable upgrades in the Samsung Flip 5 is its revamped front display. This improvement is not just about the numbers or screen real estate, but it enhances the user experience and convenience. With the Flip 5 boasting a 3.4-inch Super AMOLED cover display, it's a vast improvement from the previous Flip 4's modest 1.9-inch cover screen. And this enlargement isn't merely cosmetic. This new size provides more than just a passive window for glancing at notifications. It's now an active interface for users to interact with their device. Remember the limited experience with the Flip 4's screen? Well, it often felt more symbolic than functional. Its constraints didn't allow for much beyond checking the time or maybe catching a glimpse of a message, rendering it almost unusable for any meaningful interaction. This was a pain point for many, including myself. The inability to promptly respond to texts or skim through emails without unfolding the device was a design flaw I couldn't overlook. Honestly, it was one of the primary reasons I parted ways with my Flip 4. Having to unfold the phone for even the most trivial tasks grew tiresome, undermining the very essence for a quick access outer display. The Flip 5, however, offers a breath of fresh air in this department. Its 3.4-inch front display is not only expansive, but it's also intuitively designed. Now, users can effortlessly check notifications, send off quick replies to messages, or even control certain apps without always resorting to the full flip open experience. This enhancement marks a significant step in usability and convenience, making the Flip 5 a more seamless part of our daily tech interactions. Yet, as with any innovation, there are facets to consider when diving deeper into its capabilities. While the Flip 5's cover display presents an innovative step forward, users might initially find a limitation when it comes to app accessibility. Straight out of the box, Samsung has curated a list of apps that are optimized for this device, restricting the immediate use of many third-party applications. This choice is presumably to ensure that users received a polished experience with apps that are designed or adjusted to fit the unique display size. However, for those who love to tinker and customize their experience, there's a workaround that offers more freedom. Enter Good Lock, a suite of customization tools available on the Galaxy Store. And not only does Good Lock allow users to personalize various aspects of their Samsung device, but one of its modules, named Multi-Star, pushes the boundaries of what's possible on the cover display. With Multistar, users can essentially unlock and access almost any app on the cover screen. But it's essential to approach this with an open mind and a touch of caution. Given that many apps aren't inherently designed for such a compact display, the results can vary. Some apps might seem cramped or not display information as neatly as one would hope due to the condensed layout. However, this opens up a playground for experimentation. I'd recommend that users spend some time navigating and trying out their favorite apps on the cover display to gauge which ones offer a satisfactory experience and which might be better left for the main screen. In essence, while the Flip 5's cover display does have its native limitations, tools like Good Lock and Multistar give the power back to the users, letting them shape their device's functionality to their liking. So, dive in, test out different apps, and discover the optimal mix that enhances your Flip 5 experience. But beyond these software functionalities, there's another impressive feature that will surely captivate users. The Flip 5's cover display has elevated its utility beyond just notifications. It's become a game changer for photography enthusiasts. With this feature, you can employ the superior rear cameras for selfies and preview them live on the cover screen. No longer are you limited to front-facing camera quality for your selfies. Additionally, Samsung has introduced a feature that's great for social media enthusiasts. Before taking your picture, you can modify the photo's aspect ratio directly on the cover display. This guarantees that your images fit seamlessly with various social platforms, eliminating the need for cropping after capture. In contrast, the Flip 4 was somewhat restrictive, producing primarily square photos via its cover screen, and lacked the versatile aspect ratio feature. The Flip 5, capitalizing on its redefined cover display, offers users more autonomy over their photos, ensuring each shot is of top-notch quality. But while the display has seen innovations, what about the core camera system itself? Well, at a glance, it might seem like Samsung hasn't made any significant hardware changes to the camera system, as they've retained the same configuration as the Flip 4. Specifically, the rear setup includes 12 megapixel wide and ultra-wide lenses, complemented by a 10 times digital zoom capability. The front, designed for selfies and video calls, boasts a 10 megapixel sensor. However, delving deeper, it becomes evident that camera quality isn't solely about megapixels or hardware. Software plays a pivotal role. The Flip 5, despite housing similar hardware, showcases improvements in its image processing. For the everyday user, this implies that while the hardware specs may mirror the Flip 4, the actual photo output can be a notch above. Your snaps, whether it's a sunset panorama or a cozy indoor family moment, are captured with improved clarity and vibrancy. I think the photos coming out of the Flip 5 align with the expectations of modern mobile photography, which are crisp, clear, and more than apt for preserving memories or flaunting them on your favorite social media platforms. Since I parted ways with my Flip 4 some time ago, I haven't had the chance to conduct a direct camera comparison between the two. However, considering the specifications, collective feedback, and the evolution of software over time, it's logical to conclude that the Flip 5's cameras, while comparable in hardware, have seen improvements due to software developments, providing users with a superior photography experience. And while camera enhancements, both in hardware and software, are significant selling points, another aspect that often draws attention when discussing foldables is the crease. The Flip 5, like its foldable predecessors, does have a crease on its display. It's right there in the middle, and yes, if you deliberately run your finger over it, you'll definitely feel it. But here's the thing. In the grand scheme of daily use, it's hardly a factor. When you're engrossed in browsing, texting, or watching videos, that crease doesn't intrude on the experience. It's kind of like knowing there's a tiny scratch on your sunglasses. You're aware it's there, but it doesn't really obstruct your view. For me, personally, it's a non-issue. I've been using the phone without giving the crease a second thought. However, I understand that individual preferences may vary. Some users might be more particular about these things. So while the crease hasn't been a bother for me, I think it's worth mentioning for anyone contemplating getting the Flip 5. Just know that, functionality speaking, it doesn't hinder the phone's usability one bit. It's just one of those quirks that come with the foldable territory. And on the topic of quirks, another area worth discussing and potentially more impactful for some is the battery life performance. One aspect of the Flip 5 that I found a tad underwhelming is the battery life. So if you're someone who's always on the move and frequently uses their phone throughout the day, you might find the battery struggling to keep pace. For me, with moderate use, reaching the evening without needing a top-up has been a bit of a challenge. One potential culprit for the battery drain could be the always-on display. While it's a neat feature that provides at-a-glance notifications and time without having to open the phone, it seems to consume more battery than expected. The Flip 5 is equipped with the same 3700 mAh battery as the Flip 4. And at first glance, you might think battery performance would be similar. However, there's a glimmer of hope in the form of the new Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 processor. It's designed to be more power efficient, which should theoretically extend battery life a bit more than its predecessor. However, it's important to note that with advancements in software and additional features running in the background, that efficiency can sometimes be offset. Although the processor offers improved efficiency and Samsung has kept the battery size consistent, it appears that there's still room for improvement when it comes to battery longevity, at least in my experience. While some users claim that the battery is more than sufficient for them, individual results may vary. Power users or those who heavily rely on their phone throughout the day should bear this in mind. And speaking of processors, let's dive into the core of the device. The heart of the Flip 5 is powered by the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2, and let me tell you, it does make a significant difference in the day-to-day experience. Right from the get-go, the smoothness and responsiveness is noticeable. Whether you're swiping through your social media feeds, shuffling between apps, or just navigating the system UI, everything feels incredibly fluid. If you've had the chance to play around with the S23 series, you'll find the performance eerily similar, and there's a good reason for that. They both sport the same powerhouse processor. This shared DNA means that the Flip 5 is more than capable of holding its own against traditional flagship phones. This phone has sufficient power to facilitate smooth gameplay for the majority of mobile games. Be it visually demanding titles or more laid-back casual games, the Flip 5 handles them like a champ. Moreover, for those who are keen on multitasking, like managing a video call while browsing or switching between numerous apps, this device remains unfazed. But like all powerful gadgets, it's not without its quirks. After prolonged use, especially during intensive tasks, you might notice the Flip 5 getting a bit warm to the touch. It doesn't reach an alarming degree of heat that compels you to set it aside, but it's definitely noticeable. And given its compact foldable design, it doesn't have the extensive casing or heat dispersion that some larger phones might offer. So while it's not a deal breaker by any means, it's something you might be aware of, especially if you're planning on using it for extended gaming sessions or back-to-back heavy tasks. So who's the Flip 5 really tailored for? First and foremost, it's for those craving that compact elegance. The ease of sliding it into pockets or resting within the confines of a small bag. But the Flip form factor has a bigger mission, to redefine our relationship with the digital realm. Rather than endlessly caught in the whirlwind of notifications and continuously updating feeds, the Flip 5 encourages more intentional interactions. Send a quick text, glance at your navigation, or promptly check the day's weather forecast. With its sophisticated cover screen, the device prioritizes these short yet impactful interactions, helping to ensure you aren't always deep diving into your phone. And if you're considering an upgrade from the Flip 4, the improvements in the Flip 5 go far beyond just predictable boosts in performance. Transitioning to the Flip 5 feels like stepping into a new era. Remember those first two Z Flip models with the smaller outer displays? If you thought the jump to the Flip 4's display was significant, the Flip 5 screen is an absolute game changer. Combine that with the souped up processor and you're in for a smoother ride than ever before. However, my journey, of course, with the Flip 5 is still in its early days, and while I'm filled with optimism, I'm eager to see how it will fare over the long haul. Let me know if you got the Flip 5 and how you're enjoying it so far, and if you upgraded from a previous Flip model. And if you found value in this video, please hit the thumbs up button and subscribe for more content, and share your thoughts down below in the comment section. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!